a Henry County high school, which is in the state of Georgia, they have multiple teachers, according to students, that openly use the N-word inside of the classroom. They have repeatedly told these teachers, hey, that's offensive, stop. And the teachers have refused. The principal issued an apology on the damn intercom, and that was it. Until the students decided to take it to the next level, which is protest inside of the school building. Let's put up a picture of two of the students who decided to go on record about teachers, plural, using the N-word inside of the classroom. This is at Luella High School. Those are students at Luella High in Locust Grove, Henry County. That's the state of Georgia. They are demanding that teachers, once again, plural, who use the N-word in front of them in class be fired. Seems like a reasonable request, okay? Let me give you background. The school superintendent's office is confirming that at least two teachers are being disciplined, but cannot disclose what the punishment is. On Thursday, students decided to protest inside of the school. Let me show you a picture of the superintendent of schools, okay? Her name is Dr. Mary Elizabeth Davis. I got some more information here. One of the students said, and I quote, Christopher said, and I quote, and people didn't like it. Now, Christopher is in the 10th grade, Christopher Wright. People didn't like it, so she kept saying it over and over again. This is one of the school teachers. She's not supposed to use that word in front of us. Well, here's the thing, kids. She's not supposed to use that word at all, okay? But here's the quote. She's not supposed to use that word in front of us because it's really a racial slur to us, Shalise said. That's another student at Luella High School. She was saying like, you can say it, I could say it. It's just a word and everything. And the students were like, no, you cannot say that because I don't feel comfortable with you saying that. She was like, no, but it's just a word. Students reported the teacher to the principal, and they said the principal offered an apology on the intercom a week later. The school teacher is white, okay? The school teacher is white. Now, once again, going back to, well, if you can say it, I can say it. Come on now. I need my white allies to talk to your white friends about this foolishness, okay? First of all, this is an educator. You likely have at least one advanced degree, perhaps multiple. You signed a declaration of professionalism in order to work inside of the school system. In other words, even when there's unprofessional behavior in front of you or immature behavior in front of you, you do not engage or partake in that immature or unprofessional behavior. You have a code of conduct. And usually by statute, your code of conduct is legally binding in that state. Remember, more than one teacher in the school using the N-word, according to the black students. Now, white students have decided to ally with the black students, and they launched a protest inside of the school because of, once again, the inaction of the administrators. There's more. However, the students, black and white, are demanding more. She should be fired and should not be able to use that word ever again, not even in public or around other black people, inside or outside the school. Christopher said of the teacher whose comments he heard, it's disrespect. You should respect our feelings, Shalise said, another student. Just because you don't feel that way doesn't mean we don't feel that way. On Thursday, the Henry County School Superintendent's Office emailed 11 Alive a statement. Let me remind you of the superintendent, Dr. Mary Elizabeth Davis. Put a picture up again. She's in charge, all right? At the end of the day, she's in charge of what happens. Now, did she do it? She's not the person who has been accused. But anytime you're in leadership, you understand the difference. No matter what, even if you are not the reason it happened, it is your responsibility when it does. That's how leadership works. All right. School administrators according to the statement from the superintendent's office, school administrators were recently made aware. Made aware of what? Some highly inappropriate and unacceptable word choices. That's what we're calling racism. Highly inappropriate and unacceptable word choices by some members, plural, of the faculty at Luella High School. Employment action has been taken against the employees, and while we cannot go into further details about any teacher discipline as the information is protected by law, Henry County Schools in no way, shape, or form condones the actions that have been alleged. And that is why a thorough investigation was called for to get to the bottom of the matter. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to keep it 100 because I'm sure people at Henry County, they will end up seeing this when we post it for our social media and YouTube in particular. I have the names of the school teachers in question because students inbox me those names, okay? All right, you got into the new year. Senator, thoughts?
Doc, I mean, you keeping it all the way live. I mean, for students to tell a teacher that this is inappropriate is kind of backwards, that they have to tell her that. And just the casual nature by which she's using a word that if she doesn't know, she shouldn't be in a classroom.
Right.
But if she doesn't know the historic use of the N word, even as I taught Black history, I was hard pressed to even say the word myself, even in a historic context. Because sometimes when you say the N word and you're teaching Black history, it kind of takes the sting out of it. But even me, a Black woman, a historian standing in front of an African-American history class, was hard pressed to use the full word, even though I could have in context. This is different. This teacher is acting like this is just any other word, when she knows good and daggone well the historic context behind the use of the word is the dehumanizing of Black bodies from Africans to their African-American descendants, that this word was used to have a disdain for, to rape, to maim, to put in chattel slavery Black people. Now she knows this, Doc, and if she doesn't know it, she shouldn't be teaching. And so, yeah, definitely she needs to go. And when especially when the students raises, they lifted the issue, they raised the issue with this teacher, and she still was acting like she was just saying hello or goodbye. No, that is not the case. And there has to be a consequence for this. And for that superintendent, the principal, their reactions are too slow on this.
Yeah, and let me tell you why I know these educators are well aware of what they're doing. You see, they only use the N word, but they're not using derogatory or dehumanizing words to describe our brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ community. They're not doing it to describe our brothers and sisters in the Jewish community. They have only relegated the word, the N word, for Black students. And that shows me you are well aware of boundaries. You're just choosing which ones to cross.